Good, happy Sunday roast, Manchester United fans all around the world. This is Mick Ruby. This is the Sunday roast. This is the Manchester United transfer corner, where we're solely going to focus on the transfer paper talk and news. And of course, in today's story, what is hot on the plate: Jao Neves to Manchester United's second bid. Does this have legs, and how can Manchester United actually afford it? We're going to talk about that because Mick Ruby is going to apply his logical thinking and nuance and speaking to the market to understand if this is hot or is it just talk. Let's continue also to talk about Brantwait. Stories coming out that there is a deal to be made for £55 million. Will Everton budge? I have some inside stories as well. We're going to talk about that one also. And a big boost regarding Sofyan Amrabat, who is led to believe to still stay at Manchester United. And there is a deal to be made for Fiorentina, plus many, many more. But before we continue these stories, guys, you know what you should do? Finger that little like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's get into this show. Let's do this. Here we go. Hey, ho, happy Sunday, people. Whatever you're drinking, I'm having a coffee here. Smell the coffee, wake up, because there's a lot of things going on in the transfer market news today on a Sunday. Of course, Sunday's a little bit more relaxed. It's paper talk, Sunday roasts, and people having dinners, lunches, and traditional Sunday roast. So how are you all doing, and are you getting ready for this transfer news and paper talk? And of course, something has legs and some things might not have legs, and some things might have three legs or eight arms and tentacles. We don't know at the moment. Regarding Ten Hag stories, we're not even going to mention the Ten Hag. We push that aside because it's boring. Anyway, how you all doing? George Vukovic in the house saying, Mick, what's going on? Where have they discovered the money? I think they robbed the bank, to be honest, George. We're going to talk about that as well. Mean what you are saying. I kind of had a little bit of a lost network here as well. Sorry if I glitched out. Didn't Amrabat leave today? I think I read somewhere. No, we're going to talk about the Amrabat as well. A few months back, what you also saying, a few months back, I mentioned that Ratcliffe paid off transfer debt of 135 million because of this move. United can spend big, but nobody knows how much there is in the club. Exactly. Look, I did a video yesterday and kind of to say that, you know what, he's selling Nice. He got his hands on the Premier League club, the crown jewel, which is Manchester United, 25%. And in a way that it kind of was a little bit suspicious because, initial bid was on 69 and he went in on 25. And now you're seeing that he's going to sell Nice, apparently, because number one, because of the rules regarding UEFA. You can't have two clubs owned by the same owner competing in the same competition. But number two was also loss of TV revenue. It's like, they haven't secured a TV sponsor in France. So usually that's worth 1 billion and they're only getting 500 million. That's half. And I believe that, they will sell off this asset and just solely focus on Manchester United and then potentially have this window of 12 months to purchase more Class B shares. And it might be a way where you can actually have, a minority being minority owner Manchester United. So if you have 51%, makes more sense that you then pump in your own money, which is something called debt to equity. So you can absorb that debt and turn it into equity, right? So we will see what will happen there as well. United has also bid 100%. We are going to talk about that as well. 15 to 20 million for Youssef El Nesri from Sevilla. That is the one that's been also reported today, which makes sense in a way because we are not going to have that much money to spend on a striker. Benjamin Sesko is a one that we are looking for, but Arsenal is also competing with them, and also Chelsea is also competing. And it's also up to Benjamin Sesko, because it's led to believe also that the RB wants to sort of keep him. So they offered him a very important contract, and with an important salary, and that is rightfully so to do for them, because that is kind of increase their valuation of the striker. Otherwise, he will go for 45 million, and it's down to Benjamin Sesko now to choose. The proposals are there from both Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea, and we will see. We just have to wait. And I believe that Sesko will play in Euros next week, so we will not hear anything until I believe movements after the Euros, meaning 1st of July in a certain sense. Anyway, big up legends. Hope you are hearing me fine. What you're saying, Ten Hagin is Ken Tenny. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to talk about that. It was yet another story about Tuchel, and the other day was something about Eden Terzic as well. So they're linking every single manager with United at the moment, and I just don't believe it. I saw a report even that the ongoing end of the season review will go to December. So it's endless, endless of reviews. And for some reason, I also believe that media created this narrative solely to focus on Ten Hag. Well, what it actually is for them to get together and talk about the transfer budget, the targets, how to move forward. And if we're going to be blunt to say that, some media reports also be saying that it's Dan Ashford that is favoring Southgate. But excuse me, Ashford is not even employed by Manchester United. So how does that make sense, right? He might have signed the offer letter, but he's still fighting his court arbitration to get legally to get to join Manchester United. So for me, that is just a lot of gas stories. And Jacob Steinberg has been getting a lot of heat in Twitter, what I've been seeing, a lot of attacks as well. So yeah, big up for all of you legends. Big up Danny B. How you doing, my friend? Uh, yeah, Xerxes. We're going to talk about Xerxes as well. That is another one that I reported, tweeted on today, that Xerxes agreed with Milan, and that is a very, very, very blow from both Arsenal, United, and Chelsea, who was looking for Xerxes. His super agent, which is, we're going to dive into that story as well. So spare this one for later as well, Danny. Danny, what you're saying here, Neves looks like the Xerxes deal could be on. Now, Xerxes deal is off the table. We're going to talk about that. If we lose out on him, we will look more out for El Nasri. 100% El Nasri, or another striker as well, which we're going to talk about as well. We're talking about who? Matthias Cunha as well from uh, Wolves. And there's a link to that. Oh, and the link is 100% George Mendes. Anyway, I hope you're doing fine this Saturday or Sunday. Hang on, it's Sunday. Yeah, Stu Wolves as well. 18.5 million centre back Aaron Anselmino from Boca swap Greenwood for Neves. Actually, Chelsea is also looking at Anselmino, so we will see what will happen. But we are definitely in for two centre backs. Who would that be? Will it be Lenny Euro? I know we're going to talk about Brantwait as well and what's going on there. There is certainly something brewing. There's something that I got some information today that I want to share with you. But Brentwaite is kind of looked at to play like the left-sided centre back, left-footed. But although he's two-footed, right, and he's still young, raw talent, 20 years of age, amazing talent, but not a finished article as of yet. So who plays there is Licha. And the one we should look after for is Inacio, 100% on the right-footed centre back's position as well. So, but there is a deal to be made, and of course, United is putting pressure on Everton to get this deal done before the end of this month, and Everton needs a lot of money anyway. So, yeah, I also saw that Mourinho is trying to get Greenwood into Fenerbahce. Yeah, so many paper talks on this Sunday. I'm glad to see you guys getting involved in the chat. So let's get into the stories, shall we? Let's see. What is fake news? I don't know, Robert. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you be more specific? Interested FC. Well, Robert, there's a lot of speculation that is what transfer market is all about. When it's many credible sources also quoting it, then it is something that we need to talk about as a community. Anyway, is Jim meeting Tuchel with Monaco? Perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. Maybe, I mean, perhaps. Perhaps. They need a manager too, perhaps. Graham Potter, I don't know what's going on with him. I heard rumors that he might go to Leicester. We see to replace Enzo Maresca. But let's get into the story, shall we? Let's switch scenes and let's dive right into the Neves while we're actually speaking what it's hot. And I'm going to talk about first what's been said in the media, why this is now brewing up. Is this a marquee signing, and who is behind this signing? You know, and why do we need a Jao Neves into this team? Now, I tweeted this yesterday that Manchester United are set to make an improved bid. This was initially slammed by a bowler in the news to say that the first initial bid was 51 million, which was laughed at by Benfica. But let me just bring this to your attention. The Manchester United and Benfica have brilliant relationship. If you remember Alvaro Fernandez, our left back, that we actually sold for 7 million with a sell-on clause. There was a very favorable deal that was already agreed in January, and sources what I've been speaking to led to believe that we've been scouting Joao Neves for quite a while, and part of this deal to lower down this to 7 million plus the sell-on clause was actually our eyes on the price for Jao Neves. So there is a deal to be made, and who is the one that's brokering this deal? Guess who? George Mendes. But George Mendes is not his client. He's just being a broker in between. So you spotted George Mendes' agency at Carrington last week, talking about regarding Cunha, which is also his client, but also brokering the deal regarding Joao Neves, is per my understanding as well. So we should not take this with a pinch of salt because it's really got legs. Even the United Muppeteers is also reporting it, and it's starting to pick up a lot of traction. So I tweeted this yesterday that Manchester United are making improved proposal for Joao Neves. It's believed that United could raise the offer to 75 million euros, which is equivalent to 63.9 million. However, it's led to believe that it's 75 million pounds instead for the player. While also adding this string of add-ons could take the fee near to 85 million. And I believe, and I've been told that this is something that they could consider. Barring that the first bid was kind of laughed at, you wouldn't go there as a negotiator between the clubs to say what would you be accepting as a bare minimum, considering also you got Alvaro Fernandez on the cheap. So there might be a potential, like, you get him for, like, 75 million pounds plus some add-ons plus a sell-on clause as well, if we decide to sell on. So we know that Benfica, you have Rui Costa there. Like, he's not mugs. Like, they usually sell him for 100 million. And that is believed to be his release clause. But we are having some good conversations with them. Second bid is led to believe to go in there. There's a lot of things to be discussed. And so I read some reports that, they're also interested in Mason Greenwood. So would it be a possible solution that you actually get that bid in, 75 million pounds, plus a swap with the add-on Mason Greenwood, which they've been interested in? But that is kind of a difficult deal to do because Mason Greenwood also needs to sort of agree to join Benfica. But there could be the plus. Let me know what you are saying in the chat. Is the chat working? I seem to have a little bit problems with the chat. Am I live in the first place? Smasher one. I think I am live. If not, I'm just talking to myself. My chat stopped working. I don't see you guys. Let me know if I'm still live. Let me check. I don't even know if I'm still live. All right. Let me know. Press a one if you can see me, hear me, if it's still a live show. Let me see if I am still live. I better bloody be. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, let me see. Oh my God, all these commercials. I don't see the chat working. Let me see. I'm sorry about that. Just got to check my YouTube if I am live and kicking. I don't see. Yeah, I am live. So I'm live. Good, 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 good. Let me see. The chat stopped working, but I can see here. Big up legends for you. Jesus Christ. Y'all, I mean what you're saying here. Mourinho's trying to get Greenwood. No, my chat stopped working, guys. I am so sorry, but apparently I am live, so I'm just going to continue talking. And this is what happens. This is what happens. I'm sorry, in a way. Where was I? Okay. So let's talk about how Manchester United will construct this deal. Right? For me, it's clear and daisy that you have the departure of Casemiro, right? That is an 18.2 million of his wage bill gone already. Saudi club Al Nasir has come within specific interest to purchase him for approximately, let me see my notes, uh, a bid of 76 to 97 million, right? So this is how we can sort of look at it for certain ways. Saudi are very keen to get a marquee signing in as a poster boy for the league. Al Nasser is there willing to offer 76 to 97 million pounds for Casemiro. Plus, you shave off the 18.2 in wages. You can also add Christian Eriksen that will leave as well. For he's got a salary of 7.8 million pounds per year. So all of a sudden, you have approximately 110 million freed up. You know what I mean? And I believe that United are looking to add a marquee signing. Jao Neves, in a way, for me, is a player that will elevate United to the next level. I mean, if you remember that Ten Hag wanted a Frankie Young, he wanted a Frankie de Jong, but United has been scouting this kid for over 12 months and he's been high on the priority list. So if the bid is coming in to say that we are going in for a second bid for 75 million, that means that you just don't go there and put that bid to just be pratted, like, to be egg-faced. That means that George Mendes has spoken to the club, to Manchester United, taken this bid to, have spoken to Benfica. Would you be willing to be accepting 75 million plus add-on plus sell-on clause instead of accepting that 100 million release clause? If he would never go in with the second bid if that wasn't reinsured. So there is a deal to be made. Plus, you're looking at shaving off the wages of Casemiro, get some money from Casemiro, and also selling, getting rid of Christian Eriksen, who's on 7.8. So this is the way Manchester United could fill that position, because there is two midfielders that's going to be leaving, and you need to fill those midfielders with one position. Another position that we are going to talk about is absolutely Sofyan Amrabat as well. Because you can get Sofyan Amrabat on a very, very cheap. His salary is 60,000 K a week. That's nothing, right? And the main focus on Ineos is right now is to slash down the wage bill, right? We will see a lot of outs, and if they know that, have some reinsurers, the Saudis coming in to actually buy Casemiro for that money, I think that is kind of elevating the interest to speed up to speak to Jao Neves. I don't see what you guys are chatting about. It's totally dead. I'm killed by this technology today. So let me know what you think in the comment section, live comment section below. I'm so sorry, guys. YouTube has kind of broken down the chat. We don't see anything. And apparently I got a notification that I am live and people can see me. Let's move on to the next story as well. Let's make this short and sweet. There is no interacting from you guys as well. And we're going to talk about Sofyan Amrabat. So Sofyan Amrabat, this is kind of a story that I did yesterday. That Manchester United are exploring the possibility to activating the option to sign Sofyan Amrabat on a permanent deal from Fiorentina. This has nothing to do with Ten Hag. This has been done since what? They've been planning for the summer transfer window. They know that Sofyan Amrabat had a release clause, and this could be triggered for less than 15 million pounds, right? Sofyan Amrabat is on 60K a week, 50 million pounds, no brainer. You're losing Casemiro, which is experience. You're losing Christian Eriksen, which is also experience. And therefore, I believe that clubs are talking in between each other because Fiorentina don't need him. They just want to get rid of him. And he's been showing the last couple of games when he actually started in that position, maybe as a bench warmer, maybe as a player that can come in, but it's a cheap option. There's no risks. You sign him for 15 million pounds, boom, barabish, barabush, you have an experienced Sofyan Amrabat, 27, 28 years of age. Plus, you add on Neves to the squad as well, Plus, you bring in a Collier from the academy as well, as a number 6. So all of a sudden, you have that number 6 position solidified, right? You have experience, you have talent, but also regarding Jao Neves, he can also play as a hybrid 6 and 8. And what is so special regarding this? Okay, Amrabat is the one that's kind of, he's the shield, he's the glue between the defense and the attacking forward. He enables Kobe Mainoo to play his role, right? But it's going to be really sick because you can arguably say that, if Ten Hag is behind here still, if, still coaching, then he's absolutely been the one driving for Jao Neves as well, because Jao Neves reminds him of myself as well regarding a young but better version of Frankie de Jong. but with a more technical ability. He's that low center of gravity there. You can just push him down; he will just get up quickly. The ball is kind of glued to his feet, and he's an excellent playmaker. You can play as a number 6 and 8 if we're talking about Jao Neves. For me, this is the way we can sort of construct this deal, right? If I repeat myself again, like, I believe that Manchester United's second bid will go in on 75 million. I believe that you don't go in and put a second bid without even consulting with, the mother club to say, which is Benfica, to say, if we come in with the 75 plus add-ons plus a selling clause, would you accept it? There was definitely look at it. We did you a favorable deal regarding Alvaro Fernandez. You got him for 7 million, and plus we added on a selling clause. Good, let's do it. For me, let me know in the comment section if you would definitely do it. And I will certainly do it, because this guy, Amrabat here, will be the glue between the youth. And for me, it's a no-brainer if we sign him. I would say get him on. 13, 15 million, you can definitely get this on. And I still believe that there is conversations going between Fiorentina and Manchester United to sign him. So we're not going to get spending big this summer. We're going to most likely sign two centre backs. We're going to sign a central midfielder, and we're going to sign a striker. That's what I believe, and potentially a left back as well, which is led to believe to be Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth. Milos Kerkez is worth about 20 million pounds on the market. Bournemouth to say they want important money, but I don't think they're going to get more than 25 million. And Milos Kerkez is somebody that I will definitely look on to sign as well. In terms of the Brantwait story, guys, let's move on to the Brantwait, because the chat is not working. There is no interaction. We might as well do a 13 minutes stream this afternoon. I've seen numerous reports. I spoke to some people and I did some research regarding this. Brentford didn't make the Euros. We know that Everton is kind of looking to, they need money, Everton, before the 30th of this month. They are in big PSR, financial fair play breach. They need to sell. And United knows the situation. They are willing to explore. Nobody else is in for Brentford. It's an open market for Manchester United. It's a tap in. If nobody's in, let's see if Chelsea will all of a sudden come in, it will be a different story. But Chelsea has not responded. They have not gone in for the copy and paste, what they usually do. They look at what Manchester United does, and they will just go for the same target. But this time, they are not going for Brantwait, which is odd. It's reported to say that they want 75 million, which is something they will not get. It's believed to Manchester United have put in a proposal on 55 million. Personal term might be agreed with the agency. And arguably to say the agency, if you didn't know who the agency is, it's, let me see, Revo Sports, which is David Rees' agent. And his mother, actually, Donna Brantwait, is the operational manager for the sports agency as well. So it is a little bit insane how things are working, but I saw a tweet which I took with a little bit of a pinch of salt here, and this comes from Red Devil Zone, already going a little bit jumping the gun, if I may say so. Welcome to Manchester United, Jarrad Branthwaite. Personal terms have been agreed. Contract has been signed. Has not been signed, to be honest. I don't believe it. This is what you get from some ITK markets, 58 plus bonuses. So I did some talks regarding this, and yeah, there is some advanced talks. 100%. United are pushing the negotiations. Will this be a signing that they want to get done before the 30th and register on the 1st of July, new physical year? It works in both favors. Yeah. Everton needs the money. They're not going to get 75 million. United are pushing the luck, putting in a bid in for 55. Let's see. Initially, was reported to say they're going to put in a bid for 45, but I believe if they come to an agreement of 55, I believe that Everton will cave in. Nothing is done and dusted as per this ITK account, but it's just fun to bring it up. But I believe that you will see some movement here, right? If there is something, a fast deal that could be made, this is the one, because he's not part of the Euros. This could be done on 55 million plus add-ons. Let me know in the live comment section what you think. Is this the first priority signing that Manchester United should be doing? I certainly believe that you should focus on getting the centre backs first. And then we have the story of Iheanacho, right? 40 million can be done. a right-footed centre back, but also a much, much easier deal in Todibo, which is rumored to go for 25 million, club in between. This should be a no-brainer. Nice between Manchester United, sister club, mother club, 25 million. Here we go. So I believe this is a very exciting deal that could be done. Let me know in the live comments section what you think, because I cannot see the chat. For me, I would focus on getting Rafael Varane's replacement, because there's money to be saved there as well. Rafael Varane was the highest earner wage in the club on 18.2 million per year, and he's gone. Will we splash the cash on 40 million for an Inacio, or 25% for Todibo, or even the links to, which is absolutely has legs, Lenny Euro? 40 million for Lenny Euro. But it's going to be interesting to see what Real Madrid responds. Lenny Euro has got 1 year left on his contract. Will he go to Real Madrid, or will Manchester United speed up? We know we have the left-sided centre-back already sorted in a way, which is our preferred choice target, which is Brantwait. But we need to look at the right-footed side of it, which is Iñárritu, Todibo, or Lenny Euro. It's going to be interesting to follow. Let me know in the live comment section what you think. Which one would you prefer? Would you go for, if you get this over the line, 55 million for Brantwait? And would you then go for either Lenny Euro, Todibo, or Giancarlo Iñárritu? Interesting. Guys, a little bit of snappy update regarding that one as well. Let's continue. Let's see, because I cannot see you guys. You just disappeared. The chat stopped working. Maybe if I change the scenes, maybe if I can see you from here. Oh God, I was really looking forward to do a fantastic Sunday engagement. No, it stopped working, guys. It's not working. Anyway, not working. What can we do? Sunday roast. We just hope that we get some dessert after all, guys. Right. So in terms of Johnny Evans, apparently it looks like Johnny Evans is negotiating a new contract. Sensible speaking, then we really need to sell, Victor Lindelof and 100% Harry Maguire. You need to keep one experienced centre back. I would not oppose if Manchester United sign a Johnny Evans. Cheap in wages, leadership in the dressing room. He wouldn't expect to start every single game, but at the same time, you need to recruit, right? If we then recruit two centre backs, that means that, we have already one gone, which is Varane, but one more needs to go. Will it be a Lindelof, or will it be a Maguire? Let me know in the live comment section below as well. Guys, Milos Kirkic as well. We spoke about this left back, exciting prospect. I really like him as a left back. Regarding the right back, I don't hear anything about the right back situation. We still have Diego Dalot playing that right back position as well. Will we get rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka? We got some scandalous bid from 10 million from, I think it was Fenerbahce as well. Jose Mourinho is there out shopping. I personally would say if we don't get more than 10 million for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I said keep him on, as a number 2, and just play, Diego Dalot as a first choice right back, and just play Aaron Wan-Bissaka when you need it. When you play those tricky games against City, when you're sort of meeting Doku, because we've seen that Wan-Bissaka can pocket Doku and some tricky customers as well. Guys, this is all what I have to say today. There was no engagement from the chat. We've been 28 minutes. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that notification button. And I do sorry if I could not see the chat today. Something really happened. And I'm buggered about this because I was looking forward to have this conversation with the community. We are on a roadmap to 30,000 subscribers. As you can see, 28,400 subscribers. We've been grinding. And Euros is about to start, so I got some exciting news to share. We're going to cover the Euros. We're going to kick off the Euro studio here next week as well. And tomorrow, Jarvis's Corner is back as per usual, 9 p.m. UK time. Guys, this has been Mick Ruby from Mufc Realist TV with the Sunday transfer roast. What we've been talking about is 100% the second bit of Jao Neves, how Manchester United can afford it, hypothetically speaking, retain Sofyan Amrabat, and as well what we're talking about, Brantwait as preferred choice, and bid might go in the next coming days. This is going to be an interesting transfer news window, what we're going to cover all along. All this transfer news. I don't believe we're going to spend a lot of money. I don't believe we're going to maximum see 4 signings coming in. I certainly believe that we will see approximately 6 academy players being integrated into the squad, and off we go. The proof will be in the pudding, but remember, glory, glory, Manchester United. And stay safe, people. Have a lovely day. Bye for now. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.